And I'm doing good. Doing good. Dead arm, but yeah. Can't wait for it. Hell yeah. I was in the office today for the first time, just over a year. Oh, actually, in the office. Did you go to get like some banging lunch? Because I know that's what you've been missing. If they were open. This one is good, but sadly the voices ruin the immersion. Oh, really? I was kind of worried because I don't know if it's been made by like English voice actors or not. If you just got a Euro, mate, I'm from London. Though that's going to be funny, but yeah, I'd like it to have a bit more like accents based on where in London. Different London parts of London have different accents, you know. Eel sucks. Maybe the magic jag wins to cure you. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That's it. You might be feeling bad now, but you might get it tomorrow and be like, shit, I have superpowers. I personally reckon I'm gonna grow a robot arm as my superpower. I'm hoping so. Yeah. You remember? Yeah, boy, you know it. You know it. Love at first sight, my man. You had a recruit who was a bare knuckle boxer that sounded like a granny. Yeah, but some do. If he was from the proper East End, you know, proper East End, it sounds like you've been smoking cigars all your fake life, you know what I'm saying? Then that's not as bad, you know. So, I've not played this. I don't really know what we're going to do. Permadeath? Oh, no. If I meet a nice granny, I want to keep a nice granny, you know what I'm saying? Gonna turn into a full lion. That's cool. I mean, maybe the full lion bit will come for the second injection. The first injection only covers like 90%. So you'll be like 90% lion until that second injection. I'm looking forward to seeing which part, like which 10% isn't lion. Actually, you made a massive deal at lunch today. Nice. Missed that shit so fucking much. What did you get? Did you get like 5 different foods from different places and shit? You're going to not get it and cough on people that have. What, to see if it really works on them or not. So permadeath cannot be turned on for this playthrough. I'm cool with that. I got nothing to prove. Grenadiers do a lot of damage with their grenades. Oh, okay. Be ready to reposition when they throw one your way. So like, I've been avoiding like looking at pretty much anything on this. The only thing I kind of know is that it's like less story based, I think, in a way than like Watch Dogs 2 was, because I don't think there's a particular protagonist. You're everybody, right? So you're whoever you recruit. But beyond that, I don't really know. High hopes, but plus we got London. I just want to see what they've done to London.
History around every corner, and a tourist photographing it.
Cool so far.
Pubs serving up a pint and a smile. All that music.
The science,
theatre,
right? Sure.
art.
You got a free meat Calvary inside a giant Yorkshire pudding. Fucking hell, I remember you telling me about that.
The class of cities, really. Top shelf stuff. Only took
That's the
12,000
gherkin.
years to build it up, and one night to tear it all down.
I'm guessing we can't. I don't think you could ever climb like you could in Assassin's Creed on Watch Dogs 2. But I'd quite like to climb Big Ben and or the London Eye there. Oh shit, they got like holograms on the bridge now? That's pretty neat. Just over the bridge there is St. Thomas. I had to stay there for like a month at one point. Fun times. Hey, and Hexia! How you doing there, buddy? Welcome. 2 years, 2 months and 1 week. God damn. Did you maybe have a different name previously? Either way, how the hell have you been?
What's our status?
Just post it in your Discord, but you can't see much besides Greavy. That's good though. That means it's being done right. It's being done right. It sounded like a fucking mank already. Just Yorkshire puddings. So this guy's name I reckon is Dalton, and I think he's talking to a woman called Sabine, but that's just my natural intuition.
I'm in.
Been good. Didn't a girl stream on this with like rat something name? I have no idea. There's probably been a lot of women that have streamed on this, but I've basically avoided pretty much anything and everything on this, so I'm looking forward to like having a lot of nice surprises.
Carefully, Dalton.
Fucking done right, mate.
Brilliant. Asking a computer about feelings. This explains so much.
Shut it, you two, and get to work.
You slag. Yeah, no one's called anybody a slag yet. This isn't London. No one's called it Landon yet either. Oh, hello. This is... Whoa, this is like really bright. Can I change that a bit? I feel like that's not right. Right? Just the brightness value of the game customer darker. I guess like that maybe. Maybe it needs a bit more contrast. I don't know. We'll be fine. I did notice it felt really sensitive. Let's try that. Yeah, it's a bit better. Okay. Proceed to crouch and move more quietly. Okay, press F near an unaware enemy to perform a takedown. Easy, governor.
That
Okay.
hurt you more than it hurt me.
Alright. I honestly thought this game was still to be released. You're shocked to see you streaming it? Yeah, it came out like a little while ago now, I guess, but I've been waiting for it to be get on sale. So now it looks way darker and less bright here. Maybe I should change that back in a second. Might as well get this shit done now, right? Maybe 33 is a bit optimistic. We'll go 50. I'm going to put contrast like back to 50 as well. 50 is near enough. Yeah, fuck it. That'll do. Okay, so phones are instant and shit.
Keep it quiet, Dalton.
If they don't shoot me, I won't shoot them.
Could I do something with this? Hang on. Oh no, I could just hide behind it. Okay. Your finger's very much up the pulse and your ear is pretty far from the ground these days. Yeah, man. Well, I literally just thought about it today and I was like, man, like, I'd quite like to play it. You know, it's been a while. I wonder if it's actually on sale yet, and it was. So check on PS Plus as well. Maybe see if that's, or PS Store, I guess. See if it's maybe a bit cheaper on there as well. Sneaky, sneaky. Catches. Plague. We are in London. Sail for the win, you know it. So hold on the locked door to reveal the link to the closed circuit terminal. Alright, it's over there, I guess. There's a nerd. What does that do? I'm trapped. Hi, nerd. Let's stand up. If I hold that again, does it... I don't really remember where I was going. Can I climb up there? No. Oh, there's a jabroni. Alright. Shit.
Their profiles are heavily encrypted. No identifying information.
Ghosts in this system.
Just heard a voice over there. Oh, over there. It's a lady's voice too, which makes me think it's a woman. Oh, hello! Wait. Are you a woman? Ah, fuck! Well, that went smooth. Okay. Good start, I guess. What, I have to find another one? Oh, I just have to physically touch it. Or do I? I'm pressing it. I don't rightly know if I've done it, though. I'm gonna shoot. Oh, no, there we go. Played Siege with Fast last night for the first time in years. I think there might be a new game phase for a while. Okay, he shot himself and screamed because he saw a mannequin. Nice. Played Siege. Rainbow Six. I don't think I've ever played that, actually. The fights in this look as awkward as a bar brawl RL, right? Well, London bar brawls are... they're not exactly the most organised, you know. Maybe that's it. Maybe they're just going for the realistic aspect. Probably not. Just a goofy, inflatable flail alarm man fighting. Hey, I'm PTW, baby! How you doing today, dude? You got the highest my arm could reach right now. It's authentic, at least. Yeah, that's it.
Entire place is rigged to blow.
Oh, hello.
Jesus, those canisters.
Oh, shit.
Bagley, is that...
RDX nitrogen. Enough to level Parliament.
Can you locate a detonator,
Your mum
Bagley?
levels Parliament.
Not exactly, but there's a device streaming a fuckload of encrypted data from the floor above you.
Yeah, that fits the bill. On my way.
Keep your eyes open.
I like to keep my eyes
Area clear. We're gonna keep
closed.
searching.
Check everywhere.
Right, let's try this again somehow. You.
Area clear. Moving on.
I want to distract them. Oh shit! Oh, what did I just press there? Something gave me more of a menu.
We should spread out and
So was it pressing one of the numbers? T, Y, H, F, Q?
clear. We'll check another
I brought up some sort of menu and I don't know what I did. I'd like it back. Chilling, nice. Was Rainbow Six Siege, you having it when you came out but not touched it last night? Nice. Am I ever going to do... I actually did some with Chaos Mod again the other day. Pretty recently. But, yeah. I do keep trying it, but goddamn. I'm lucky if I get 2 missions done. Those guys did not hear that. That's actually nuts. They're terrible at their jobs. And that's why they're about to go to Murder Town. Oh shit.
What was that?
Oh, that guy sounds like they got a gun. Oh shit. I'm pretty good at this. I needed to see what the buttons were again. Oh, hello. Power punch. Wait, what did I just press there to make myself go? Oh.
Stage DedSec propaganda.
Oh, it's got like eagle vision. Okay.
These pricks are going to blow up Parliament and hang it on us.
Not if you get to that detonator first.
Okay, that's cool. If I'd known about that before. Because hit for that. Okay. Oh yes, yeah. You had popped in for that one, yeah. But yeah, I'll keep doing it. It's every now and then I do it. I could do like maybe around 2 hours at a time on that game before my patience just fins. I don't know if I'll ever finish it, but we'll keep trying
Not
it.
the detonator.
We're just going to grief for Jesus into this, man. Imagine if it was just like a global mod. Any game, you can get grief for Jesus, sleep and Peggle, you know, especially Peggle. No nerds there. Any nerds here? Hello? No nerds there. I'm trying to. Am I Guy Fawkes? Because I'm trying to reach the House of Commons. I don't see many explosives on me. That'd be a nice twist, though, right? Oh, well, actually, this is a restricted area. Am I allowed to be in here? Peggle. Nice. Yeah, Peggle's one of those games that is like, it's more addictive than you'd like to admit. I haven't played it in years, but Peggle, I went hard on Peggle like a few times. Like, played it, deleted my information, replayed it, because otherwise it's like, well, I've already got 3 stars on everything now. Fucking House of Commons, man. I'm like, so people in Britain, you've probably seen many a times the like House of Commons debates and shit. But anybody who like is outside of England that's never watched a House of Commons debates, you should watch one purely just to see how like the people who are meant to be running our country are a bunch of screaming fucking children. Like they'll just be sitting back here just screaming at the person talking. It's like, let them finish. Put your hand up. Like kids can put your hand up and wait to say something. Lords and shit can't, man. Like it's awful. Like it's like it's the most chaotic shit you'll ever see. My green screen needs fixing. Oh yeah, nice one. I think my chair keeps catching it. Nice one. After Ash for playing Peggle, then you tried it like a year later and got well addicted. Yeah, man. Same with Angry Birds. I haven't played Angry Birds for many a year, but
Yes, you are.
like when it came out, like what 10 years ago or some shit, like, even longer ago, like hardcore on that.
I might know a workaround. We trained in manual overrides at MI5.
Order! We should fight like, oh man, if they actually like were like, right, you shouted too much, you now have to physically fight that person. That would make it a lot more interesting.
I'm in. And the bombs have just armed themselves. Well, that may
Uh-oh.
complicate matters.
Fuck's sake.
We are gonna Guy Fawkes it.
Of course I can, but I might also trip another failsafe and vaporize you, so fair warning.
Expect this to draw some attention your way, Dalton.
Yeah, Parliament doesn't like getting blown up.
Company at our back
Again,
door.
just another
Dalton,
thing.
we've got some heat here at HQ.
I like my MPs
How long's
to
this
you
gonna
know,
take, Bagley?
they have to be non-explosives. You know, take them.
All right, everyone. Faces on, guns out.
My face is always on.
It's about to get real.
I'd be terrified if my face could not be on. Fuck. Oh my god, they don't have mouths or noses, they only have eyes. What are these beings? I saw a well funny one of two politicians fighting in Japan or somewhere and they were using proper judo moves. That's amazing. In ours, I imagine if they ran downstairs I'd be too out of breath to fight them. But that'd be cool as hell.
Anywhere right now?
I don't really want to shoot though, do I?
Someone's shooting!
Bagley, update.
You can take a few in his head, apparently.
And annoyed by how sophisticated this anti-tamper security is. Still working.
Bagley, tell me you're close.
Press 3 to throw shit.
Security, now waiting for
Ow.
terabytes of decoy code looking for the detonation sequence.
Boom, headshot. Using lethal force? That sounds lethal. Why wouldn't they just stay away at this point, you know? Clearly an expert marksman. Also, do you think the House of Parliament has much, much better security? I mean, this is an ambush, but it's a pretty awful ambush. They've sent, what, like, not even half a yeah, maybe a dozen people at tops. Not even that, I reckon. So who's defusing the bombs? Why am I wearing a gas mask? Nothing's happened.
Problem, Dalton. I need your physical appendages now.
Oh, okay. Elbows, I think, are an appendage.
There are 3 slots on the left. One of them is the receiver. You need to pull the controller wire.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, I'm fucking not. Pull the wire.
Okay, do it. Don't be a punk. It's easy. Pull.
If this gets me blown up.
Well, it's too late. Just pull it. Otherwise you will be blown up. Pull it. Last words you hear, the robot going, got him! Pee on the floor and take Parliament back for the people.
That wasn't so
Yeah,
bad,
it's
was
actually incredibly easy to mark your territory that way. There it is.
You nearly get me a bloody
Confirm my
heart attack
laptop. You bloody bastard. What are you doing?
Whoa, what the fuck am I looking at?
It appears Parliament is not the only target.
Oh shit, I was caught.
Going live as we speak.
But where will Robbie Williams perform his comeback gig?
Now we need to get the word out. Those sites need to be
So,
evacuated.
Tone Conference and King's College Hospital. Oh shit. We'll leave Tone, so I don't really know much about them, but we'll say Vale's Court and
We have to do something.
the hospital for sure.
I picked up a transmitter on the roof that is sending out a signal to the other bomb sites. If you can reach it,
I can shut it all down.
It works. Nobody ever comes to Belfast since I've been everywhere. That's a good shout. Well, now I know it's been tried and tested as well. It's worth a shot.
Sabine!
Fuck! Dalton, we're breached! Go!
Maybe we could both pee. I think it'd be a lot of responsibility if it was all mine. Maybe we could like half own it. Or like we'd base the ownership on whoever had the most pee. I guess, you know, that's probably the safest way to do it.
Sabine, what's going on?
We're being raided. It's a blood
Being
bath.
raided. Oh shit! They found our
Protocol
grow.
is to wipe everything, including Bagley.
That's World War
I
Z or
need it
some
for the
shit.
transmitter.
I know, but if they get him, they get everything. Names,
Is there a way to
plots,
change
locations.
weapons? Hold X to do it. Oh, okay, and I've got an MP5 and electroshocks, and then
Okay, I'll do it the old-fashioned way. Wipe him.
yes, wipe me.
Do it, Sabine, and get the hell out of there.
Fuck. Okay, Bagley's down. You're on your own.
okay, I'm on
Dalton,
my own.
this goes.
It won't. I'll see you at the rally point. I promise.
Good luck.
Okay. Drinks a liter 7-Up. I'll be there in an hour. Yeah, boy. Yeah. Back to the grill again. Just fucking reload him. That one's. They've got like flags on them. They're like extra cool captains. Got to reload a lot of this one, hey. How do I actually throw my grenade? I did it earlier. So you have to select your grenade and then do it. Is there anyone else here? Did I get that other dude? How did he die? Oh, maybe the trap. Okay, nice. Cool, cool. Nope. If I was going to do this sort of thing, I wouldn't be wearing a suit. I'd wear some like sweatpants and shit because then it's easier to run, you know. Too constricting. Shit, Parliament must get like the best porn channels. Like the really classy shit.
Thank God.
That's exactly it, yeah, gym clothes, like sweatpants, sweatshirts type shit, for surezies. Maybe even pyjamas, because that way if someone's like, oi, what are you doing? You can be like, I'm just napping. And they'll be like, that's fair, you're wearing pyjamas.
Well done, Dalton Wolf. I'm impressed.
Thank you, Scarecrow? Oh my god, a flying robot? Princess Leia?
Oh, you still think you're
Not that
here to
fake
save
taxi shot in Parliament, right?
London? That's
We need
not
the real
going to happen.
taxis, them.
You're here to help us with some important work.
This isn't exactly subtle though, is it?
Thousands of
This is a pretty massive hologram. Just shot me in the shoulder. What a cunt.
To save the world. You do know Londoners have died before.
What?
The plague,
Oh,
the
shit.
Great Fire, the Blitz. It's not much fun. But destruction
Anytime a London
is
team wins
always
any kind of
secure.
cup.
And it begins today. 0 day.
Although I'm sure they won't have any, like, I'm sure they must have football hooligans in this. But, I'm hoping we see some claret and blue. Oh shit, so all of those. Earls Court's gone. That's Robbie Williams done. King's College Hospital done. King's not going to be able to study and get health now more. London burning. Watch Dogs Legion. Nice. Seems a bit excessive, right? Well, just tell him over the microphone, right? Or just, yeah, text. Text get the information done. He's not going to be dramatic.
Residents to remain in their homes as the situation continues to develop.
As long as your home isn't a major landmark.
Official casualty total, but it is expected.
Mourners gathered for a series of candlelight vigils that brought closure to thousands of families.
Fuck is that dude's
and indeed
jumper?
to an entire city. London is now laser focused.
Oh shit, it's that Black Mirror episode. We're gonna make him fuck a pig. Cool.
Received a mandate to secure London.
Or just David Cameron's real life, I guess. Is that what it is based on? Hey, Henolders, how you doing today, buddy? Which claret and blue? The only claret and blue, baby. The only claret and blue. Come on, you irons.
Corporations are posting record profits.
Hey, I'm back,
due
baby.
to increased
Secure London.
efficiencies in
I'm gonna do my
production
best.
and distribution
London's been a bit
enabled by the use
reckless
of
for a while, so
technologies
I'm pretty sure
initially
that.
developed
You
and
know it,
approved
Aldous.
for
You know it.
security
Badly.
Crime numbers take a dive. Illegal gambling, drug
Even
trafficking
Burnley
and
fans don't want to be
prostitution
supporting
all down,
Burnley.
Following prosecutions of the leaders of 4 of London's
Burnley fans are
5
really
largest
just Nick
criminal
Pope
syndicates.
fans. That's
The streets of
once he's
London-
gone, they're gone too. You know.
As Albion's mandate is extended indefinitely by the government,
London will
life
fall.
finally begins to return to normal.
London's all good.
Curfews and travel
Look,
restrictions
there's barely any rubbish on the streets at the moment. That's cool. Usually London's littered with it.
Reports of rioting in
Haven't seen any
Trafalgar
crack
Square have
yet.
been greatly exaggerated.
Few more skulls than I remember. When I've been to London a lot, I don't remember that. That's in Trafalgar Square as well. Huh. Curfew and travel restrictions. But yeah, we're just playing real life right now.
Conspiracy theories
And not too bad, Orders, dude.
dark
I've been, I think, like, I had my vaccine yesterday, and like I've been feeling ridiculously like tired and like achy and shit. But I think it's like easing off a bit now, which is cool. My superpowers will be coming in, I imagine, by tomorrow. Yet. Yet. That's like the old way of French saying stuff. Ye old et, you know. They're too brute. Okay.
I need to assemble a team, but I can't reboot DedSec alone.
Sure you can. Just don't doubt
Let me
yourself.
break into London CTOS and see who's available.
Go for it. That was a sound effect at least. That's not played, so I'm guessing not at the moment. We did have our two brute though, right? I'm sure we did.
On this week's Buccaneer Radio, I have Colin calling in. Colin, what's your take?
Now, I've been saying from the start we should have rounded up DedSec and thrown them in jail. Now, I'll say they should all be lined up and shot.
Two brute. There we go. Oh, it's just yeah, brute. All right, yeah, I did. I didn't put brute. There we go. Cool. Whoa! Look at that shit. That's why you shouldn't trust spiders, man. Look if they can jump like that. Easy now.
Put more civilians in the hospital in the past few months than DedSec ever has.
Put more people in the fire hospital.
Now I have Emily calling in.
Emily, you slave. What are you saying?
Absolutely right, Claire. The government's just framing DedSec because they want to make
Yay, he's so happy when he hijacks. Oh.
Doesn't look good on the news, does it?
Oh. Oh!
Thorn in their side. Who better to pin it on?
Angie, I have you next. What do you make of all this?
I think if anything, DedSec showed their true colours. It's terrifying to think we harboured such a dangerous element for years. Terrorists.
All the things White Mouse has played, right?
Do you find DedSec more frightening than the different gangs in London?
Oh, where are we going?
Clan Kelly might set your shop on fire and maybe they'd kill you, but
Man, this scurry is quick as fuck.
blow up all of Parliament.
Next, I have Crypto King. Do you feel safer using a pseudonym?
Everyone should. Why make it easier for them to track you? And now we've seen.
So I might have special offers for you.
How far they're willing to go.
Hold on. Do you mean the government? Are you suggesting the government was responsible for the bombings?
Oh, trust me, Claire. They didn't do it alone.
Oh shit. This conspiracy goes all the way to the tippity top.
Sirs, Blue,
What's this do?
Sky Bloody Larson, and all the way up to Downing Street.
Okay. Is this ours now? Do we own Bloom? Can I change the word Bloom to say penis really big in London?
Shit. Situation is
Oh,
worse
shit.
than I thought.
Fucking snitches be about, apparently.
But there's a candidate.
Who's that?
Looks like you're DedSec's best hope.
Is it me? Am I me? Stream Raiders battle's ready. Okay, let's do the Stream Raider battle quick, and then we are going to choose someone, I guess. Select our first operative. I see somebody wearing the top hat. Could that be the one? We'll see. Anyway, let's do our first battle. We got this. So what does this one do? Range attack speed buff lasts for 30 seconds and stuff. Alright. Have we got any rangers? We got a little archer right there. That'll do. Alright. Fight. Look at all their details. You can find some funny shit about people. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, imagine because there's not like a proper protagonist, we, yeah, there's a lot more attention on the actual characters. Oh, we got this. Look at this shit. GG, lads. And lady lads. We got this. Okay, Almighty and Galaxy Hand. GG. So, next battle, 2-star, or 2-skull. And you have to fight with Gusto. So, we're going to put down a nice little artillery right about here. Beautiful. So, get your troops down, and we will fight and stuff. Yeah. Okay, so we have got. Oh no! I don't want to read about everyone. Oops, and my screen hasn't gone fully full screen for some reason. Huh? I can't see all of my screen now, and it's gone a bit cut off on stream. 2 seconds. There we go. Right, so rugby player completed a marathon with a broken ankle. She's rugby player. So debt collector discharged from armed forces for insubordination. All right. Songwriter creates fake coupons. Oh, and they have they have different stuff. So they take less damage. They have a pistol. They get a discount on clothing. Serial entrepreneur has a private phone line to the police commissioner. Is he Batman? And short team arrest time. Okay. A manicurist, right? 5-star review of the Earl's Fortune pub. Okay. Which takes less damage. Your starting guy was a Polish plumber. Nice. Yours was an angry Scottish bar brawler. How about the power to kill a yak from 200 yards away? With nothing but mine bullets. So, esports competitor. Damn. Oh, he's even got that fucking the hair. Cool. Approached by Albion after hacking MMO servers. Nice. Cashier banned for life from London Zoo. What did you do? Hey! And Lodged Planes. Thank you very much for the host there, buddy. How are you doing? And thank you very much for the follow as well. You're a beaut. Welcome. We're currently just going through all of these cool peeps. I should show that somewhere as well, but... but thank you very much there, dude. Some of the voices are awful, I can imagine, yeah. Which is basically your dad in childhood. What, your dad killed yaks from 200 yards away, or... Oh shit, and Picora with the 100 bits! Thank you very much, dude! Goddamn, son. That's super nice for you. And I'm doing swell, cheers. I've said it a few times, I'm a little bit, like, tired and shit from the vaccine, but beyond that, I'm doing splendid. How long did it take me to get affiliated? Not long, but because I was already, like... I was, especially because I was in one of our buddies called Matty P. I was already a lot in his stream and playing games with him, so when I started streaming, I already had pretty much like the 3 people required. It took me, I think, less than a month, but you just keep going. It doesn't matter how long it takes. Like, if you keep streaming, you will get enough people, like, eventually, for sure. It's all about just, like, enjoying it yourself, and the people will come. If you build it, they will come, you know. Or they don't, but as long as you're enjoying yourself, it doesn't really matter. So this is a podcaster. She was cited for kneeing Albion in the groin. Right. Poet, former cryptographer. Ah. Do fast downloads. Software engineer, runs hacker forum and dark web. Model, really? Recently purchased £200,000 sports car. Damn. Electrical engineer, former union representative. Okay. Body piercer, posted a review of National Gallery. Hey! And there's a really delayed follow thing. I thought I turned one of them off, but you still get both of them. Very good. And I'm of the 125 Fizzbits. Thank you very much, dude. God damn, yo. Gonna need 15 more low and average free viewers. That's it, man. Keep at it. They will 100% come. We shall persevere. And this one's an entertainer, failed motorcycle license. Okay, so we got lots of different people. Part of me wants to be him, but I also kind of want to be her. She's a poet, you know. So I reckon it's between the poet and the serial entrepreneur. What do you guys reckon? That's Sam Jackson in a wig, surely. Wait, which one? What? The average viewers bit is usually a tricky one. Yeah, that's it. But it usually comes from like I don't stream as much as I used to. But if you stream often, like people get like used to you streaming and stuff as well. So you put in your rogue in front of my rogue too. Get him. And you reckon the body piercer? Who was the body piercer? It was her, right? She has a crowbar. Oh no, that's the one you thought was Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah, because he has his cheeks pierced. Yeah, yeah. I'm thinking 6G data plan, fast downloads. This day's been Fizz stream 24 hours. Yeah, right. 24 hours. Every day. No excuse. You stream every day? That's fair. At least 2 or 3 times. Is that too much? You stream every day 2 or 3 times? That's not enough. Yeah, I mean, well, that's cool. You know, I mean, you don't necessarily even have to stream every day. Just how much, like, if you're enjoying it and having fun, stream as much as you can or want, I guess. We're gonna go with. He's pretty savvy. I don't really want to be ninja. Let's start off with her because she has funky clothes. Not that I really want the 6G data plan. But maybe that'll help, because we are a hacking team. Yeah. Okay, yeah, let's do it. Okay. Okay. We got this now. We're in London. Oh. Are they going to arrest her straight away? That'd be fortunate. Just your car? I'm guessing that's your car.
Glad to see you're alive. If you're still committed to the cause, DedSec needs you. I'll send you the coordinates to our last safe house. Meet me there.
Fine.
Fine. Can I... Used to be able to get that information on everyone. How do I do that? Will it show me that later, maybe? Maybe I'm not allowed to do stuff yet because I need to do the mission. I wanted to have a little look around, see where we are in that. Oh, hello. Alright, we're getting a car. I'll buy it. Wait, smoking? A smoke, you know? Nice, healthy smoke.
Welcome back to the upload. Today
you can
we're
auto-drive?
talking
What's that about?
Cryptocurrency. Crypto now seems like it's been around forever, but it's really quite a new invention. Were you an early adopter?
I was one of the first that was in this market. That seemed to be a new way of financial transactions, a new way of money. It's something that we could completely reinvent and change.
Oh shit! Fucking London and its one-way system, man.
Give power back character.
Okay, we're at fucking Leicester Square.
In the way that the world works. And let's recap the basics.
Oops, that's how you get out of the car. I didn't actually want to get out of the car. You alright? What's wrong with you? Why you got an exclamation mark? You hurt? And how do I use my horn?
You can have a decentralized system without having to trust any one party.
Oh god.
Like old-fashioned banks.
One of the reasons why I got involved so early was that you could stay
from spice.
The features of cryptocurrency.
Yeah, that's not a Mancunian thing at all, is it? Handbrake. Sorry.
It was kind of a countercultural punk ethos.
Oh, okay, we're going down to St. James's Park, I think.
Ledger is you're not trusting any one person to keep track of who has what money or how they're spending.
Sorry, yeah.
Out there in the open for anyone to
What's
see.
St. James's Park look like?
You can remain secretive.
But not everybody
Oh shit, this is cool.
wants to keep up
Oh
this crypto
goddamn.
legacy. They don't share this attitude anymore. We've seen institutions, businesses,
Oh, this
even
is cool.
governments experimenting with crypto, which doesn't really fit into its original radical counterculture.
I don't know the horn, guys. I'm really sorry.
People not using
Maybe it's
cryptocurrency.
H.
It's so mainstream now.
It is H. It's a bit delayed.
Nostalgic for the feel of cash. Good old-fashioned paper and coins.
There
First
we
they
go.
changed the paper notes to plastic notes, and now it's just all digital. There's nothing to hold on to.
It was great just to
That was
be able to
pretty.
have a little bit of money to carry around with you.
I think the turning point in the UK really came a few years ago.
So it
when
won't show me
the
their names
pound
yet.
dropped 10%
Okay.
over just one season. People living off grid started using crypto, and just as everyone was losing faith in the pound, they were gaining.
Oh Jesus! This game gets laggy when you drive too fast.
Much more stable. Kind of the opposite to what people thought in the beginning.
Hey, Scotty Rotten, how you doing there, buddy? Welcome. Should we watch to drive grey cars to City Camo? Yeah, right. Sneaky fuckers.
Way of doing finance. A lot of traditional money
This is a bit
was
janky at
converted to
times,
crypto,
but
and it really shook up the financial sector.
Can you remember when they first introduced crypto?
maybe I need to turn stuff down. Alright, it's looking cool. Hey, and Scotty, thank you for the follow there, dude. And welcome aboard. Ah, see, I can't find out about people yet. It's looking cool so far, though. I'm liking it. This is laggy as though. Alright, mate.
I've downloaded a patch to your optics.
Cheeky
so you
Fimpto,
can
please,
access
mate.
our
Yeah, yeah.
security system. It's set up so that I can't just let someone who isn't DedSec in. You'll have to do the manual override.
I'm impressed. I took DedSec to be a group of pranksters.
Sorry, mate.
Sounds like at least one of you had some sense.
I didn't mean to do that to him. I just clicked and shit went down, you know. Can I not unlock that? Okay. Maybe I've got to get like a certain amount there first. Yeah, there we go. Hey, oh, and there we go. Yeah, for some reason, although I've turned one of them off, it doesn't allow both of them off yet. But so you get a double thank you for that, you know.
One of Sabine's, are you? I'll see you downstairs.
Oh, I thought that circle was for the darts. I was hoping we could play some darts. Into the safe house. Huh. They also serve who only stand and wait. That was it. Respect the tech. And due to physical violence, shit-faced Mondays have been cancelled. Ah.
There we are.
There we are. As if that massive guy just ran away. Yeah, right. I thought he was gonna just start a proper fight with me. Apparently, he doesn't hit ladies. You know. You can play darts, right? Spurs are losing to Zagreb. Nice. Okay, well, we'll play some darts in a bit then, for sure. Oh, hello.
Christ, it's dark. Better get the power back on.
Yeah, I mean, if no one's been down here in the Turtles cave, there's probably been no need for power. Oh. What's happening to you? You right? Tapper, tapper, tapper. And I can kickball. Fucking A. Are we surprised that Spurs bought a job? No, but very happy. Power up. Oh, sweet. Now our sofa will work.
Detected. Identify yourself, or I'll seal the exits, hack your optic, and read you every drunken email you ever wrote until you starve.
Get him. Nice.
Wait. Sabine sent me here.
Sabine's alive? Well, that's one piece of good news. I'm Bagley, DedSec's definitely not stolen, highly advanced AI assistant, and it seems I've been out of commission for a few months.
Oh no.
Anyway,
Poor chap.
why don't you go connect me to the DedSec network so I can become more powerful than you could possibly imagine? I mean, catch up on what I missed.
Sure, but where's the toilet? Well, grab those. What's this do? Is this like a love machine?
This is London.
Oh shit!
You're listening to Bucket.
And that noise means something, but I don't hear it often, so I don't know what it means. Let me check my notifications. Oh shit! And Sashko! And there we go! Now he's showing. God damn! Where's my thing on that? Nice. Sashko, thank you very much, dude. God damn, dude! Thank you for the 750 there, dude. That is very nice of you. And how are you doing today? Also, I've got a version of the bricks done. I'm not sure I'm happy with them, but I'll send them over to you tonight. But I might rework and do more on them. So yeah. I'm also trying to get my screen back to normal now. It takes a while, but how you doing today, Zashko, dude? And again, thank you very much, man. Why isn't this doing this? Hang on.
And this time we're giving a special
Game should be going proper full screen for me, but it's not.
Better known as SIRS.
It did this a bit earlier too, didn't it? Maybe if I spam a lot of things? No. Some things? No. Close that and open it like that? No. Double check that's on? No. Okay, we'll just have to have the bottom of the screen cut off for a bit, fuck it. Right, what am I doing?
Everything.
Get up here.
They probably know that you're listening to this show right now. But don't worry.
Oh no.
We're not going to say anything bad about a massive, unaccountable spy organization that uses its powers to stifle dissent and shut down free speech.
Oh, is it? Good, I'm glad you won't.
We're gonna look at how SIRS became so powerful.
I'm guessing there'll be a few of these around town then.
Everyone's names and location secret, so SIRS doesn't come looking for them. Charles is an expert in the dark arts of surveillance who worked to set up democratic media in post-communist states.
Sure.
How did it go so wrong?
Who knows?
Today on the
Who
upload,
knows?
We're talking about
beer
Sky
tap.
Larson, the enigmatic founder.
Floppy disk. Okay, New Skies was a game, but oh, it's a game. All right. New Skies was a game released by the London-based Britplay Software in 1989. First-person arcade adventure. It tells the story of a soldier taking part in a human invasion of Mars. The player is tasked with crushing the resistance movement by destroying secret alien weapon caches, propaganda materials, and Martian commanders. It was a dismal failure. Britplay Software was liquidated, and its CEO began a new career in government intelligence, where he found his ideas were much better received. Well, that's cool. It's good for him.
Coming up today on the upload, we're talking about Sky Larson.
I'm Claire Waters, and we've been
Hi, Claire.
discussing the
Okay, cool. Well, we've met Claire now, kind of. Oh, there's a green thing over here. Can I play with that? It's green? Maybe my eagle visions lie? Oh, more headphones.
Hello and welcome back
Hello.
to the upload. In this episode, we're talking about CTOS 3.
Wardrobe item. How do I put that on? Not with that button, apparently. Maybe it'll tell me more as I go along. Wardrobe? Oh, I didn't see a wardrobe option. Or maybe there's a wardrobe in here somewhere.
Ah, that's it. I'm reconnected to the net.
Oh, wrong way.
Downloading.
Did you see a wardrobe section? I mean, there's more than... Oh, there's just these three, as far as I can tell.
A database, news
Oh,
archives.
okay, you just speculating. Alright, cool, cool.
No. Terrorist group DedSec
Yeah, I imagine there'll be a
responsible for
change.
deadly bombings in
I'm trying to think,
London.
yeah, I'm pretty sure in
Dalton, Wolf,
Watch
dead.
Dogs 2,
I leave
you could only
people alone
change
for a second and
safe
you'll immediately
houses
copy them
and,
up.
like, stores where you bought
Bagley.
shit.
Do you have any information on who the real bombers were?
There's a gap in my memory after Dalton.
You fucking
well, let's be
slag.
honest, after I disarmed the bomb at Parliament. I'm
After
missing
I
information
disarmed the
about what
bomb at
happened
Parliament,
after I was
motherfucker.
taken offline. But from what I can infer, an unknown hacker group identified only as Zero Day was involved.
Are we going to be like
I
hacker
believe
group
this
versus
Zero
hacker
Day
group?
staged the attacks and framed DedSec for their dirty work.
Makes sense.
Come to my
Good on 'em.
terminal. Sabine is requesting a video call.
But this.
Hello and welcome back to... Coming up today
Do I
on
have
the
to, like,
upload,
read
we're
this
talking
in order
about
for it to
Sky
be marked
Larson,
off?
the enigmatic founder of Broker Tech.
I want the I want the little dots to disappear from over the top. Maybe you have to listen to all of it. Gonna find shitloads of collectibles all over the map. Yeah, I kind of think this is gonna be one of those sort of games. I don't want to be here. What am I doing? That was right though. That is data drive. I was pressing the right button for it. Alright. Yeah, I'm looking forward to like exploring London as well, seeing what they've done. I'm not sure how far it stretches either.
Patching in Sabine Brandt now. I suggest you
But they clearly have like the House of Parliament area, like central, but like
glad you made it.
I wonder how far it stretches.
it's
Like,
good
have
to
they
hear
got
you're
Camden?
demented
I'd like to see what
with the
Camden
voice.
looks like in
Is your memory
whatever
intact?
future this
Not
is.
even slightly. The last record I have is of our HQ being raided. My only lead is a group known as Zero Day. Ring any bells?
No. But the HQ was attacked by some men in black. The same.
Maybe
that were
one
at
day,
Parliament.
0 day.
Maybe working together.
Could be 2 day. You know.
Didn't stand a chance. They just gunned everyone down.
Christ. How did you survive?
I managed
How?
to escape through the sewers to Camden. A contact
Camden
smuggled me
may
out
well
to
be
the
in it
city,
then.
and I've been hiding out in the north since.
Prudent. Your profile
Suppose you're not
is
going to
read
do
back
London
as a
about it.
high-priority target in the city's surveillance
That
system.
face,
Even
right?
partial
That's
recognition
right.
here would have you hunted down and shot on sight.
I'm
She's a
sympathetic to
poet.
your cause, but you can't deny that joining DedSec is a dangerous proposition, especially these days.
Listen, if anyone knows anything about risks, it's me.
Why?
I lost everything and everyone.
Who?
But it comes down to this.
Like everyone. Who's everyone to you though? Like
London
it could
is
just be
in a
like 2
death
people.
Spiral. And if DedSec can't pull it out, trust me, no one can.
What about the police?
The city needs a resistance.
Or Batman?
And it starts with you.
I resist.
What do you say?
You're right. Let's get to it.
That's the
Excellent.
spirit.
New user registered. Welcome to DedSec.
Yay! Now she's in employment.
Now, it would be irresponsible of us to release you naked and mewling into the wild.
Not
You'll
naked.
find equipment around the safe house that are essential items in your DedSec kit.
Alright, another one of these. Thank you. Alright, now I can pick up the green thing. Cool, tech upgrades. So, tech points can be found throughout London, blah blah blah, and blah blah blah, and blah. Got it! Press that to open the set menu to spend tech upgrades. Okay, we're getting more as it goes along now as well, sweet. Okay, so how many do we have? We have 10. So, Spider bot, AR cloak, AR camouflage to render aware, visible and break line of sight. Oh, okay. So we already have that one. Okay. I don't actually have a Stream Raiders command yet, no. But yeah, people, get your troops on Stream Raiders, guys. Have I fucked it? Spiderbot is worth it. Alright, let's get Spiderbot then. I kind of figured it might be. Plus it jumps like super high. Alright, we'll buy that motherfucker. Alright. So open the team menu to float out. Alright, cool. So I can give her a Spidey. Sweet. And she's got a non-lethal personal sidearm. Okay, it's a like a taser gun, alright. Why's that still got the marker on it? Oh, okay, I can use money to change what it looks like through tech menu. Oh, okay.
We have a sophisticated system for hiding your identity from facial recognition tech. It's called a mask.
Ah, okay.
And while we're here, perhaps we can talk about updating your wardrobe. I
Get
mean,
'em.
look at you. Come on.
What's wrong with her suit? I think it's very dashing. AR cloak for you because you grab at stealth. Yeah, I mean, maybe that's a good shout. I'm not the best at stealth. Oh, that's pretty cool, actually. I was going to go for the smoking pig, but that's actually pretty... That's pretty neat. Okay. Alright. Bags can hold stuff. Their hats. Surely has glasses. Oh shit! And it's COVID aware, this game. So it's all gonna be default, isn't it? Okay. Alright, cool.
You've got all these fancy new toys, but it's also important to know the basics.
Yeah.
You need to learn how to throw a punch and how to take one.
I threw one at a dude earlier and he ran away like a
If you come at
bitch.
them with a gun and shoot you down, we want to avoid collateral damage. In DedSec, we try to use guns only as a last resort.
Watch me have to use
Have you
guns the
already met
entire
Connie
game.
Robinson? She owns the pub and is an old DedSec contact, not to mention a champion amateur boxer. Go to the practice ring and she'll show you how to stop flinching when someone cocks a punch at you.
Hello and welcome to today's episode of The Upload.
Okay, let's punch. Cloak on a Spy is awesome. Yeah, see, that's gonna be cool, like finding out about the different builds of sort, you know, in this. At the moment, this lady's just got really good 6G.
Nice one.
She enjoyed that.
You want to get in under my block. Find the weak point.
Press 5 to guard break against an enemy blocking.
Just like that. Couldn't have done that better myself.
Okay, I have to keep pressing it. Okay, I get it.
Quick on your feet now. You want to create distance.
Ooh.
Just like that.
You missed. Try again. Oh, you got it that time. Try again.
You're getting it.
Yeah, so are you in the face. So I think you just got to do it quite early. It seems on the dodge. Oh shit! Oh shit! She got me there. Oh shit! That was a hefty one. Try it again. Try it again. I dare you. I double dare you. Oh shit! No, no! I undare you! I undare you! Oh, that was a nifty uppercut. Oh shit! How do I get away from those? Also, how do I block? Finish her! I'm gonna pack some mean fists, right? Yeah. First proper fight too, you know. It's the suit. The suit does it. Oh, she's weak. You can foster after any tube station.
Right, gear in order? Know enough not to punch yourself in the face or get shot for pulling out a gun too early? Brilliant. I'm working out how we find Zero Day and ruin their day, but I need someone with actual legs to do the legwork. Hope you're ready.
2 seconds. I just want to see what this is. Huh. Where's my fatting job? Cool. It's the old handbag brick combo. I want a handbag and brick. Okay. Place waypoint. I already know where I am. Advanced options. Stickers. We'll just leave that now. That was fun. Yeah. Okay, we'll be back here. Is there like more down here?
From the Buccaneer, this is the Bug. Hello, resistors, it's bug time. Are you all sitting comfortably? No?
Get him. Oh, that's a short broadcast. Cryptocurrency. Be on the lookout for safes and skimmers to obtain more ETO. Okay. Can I, like, find out about people yet? I can, yeah, sweet, alright.
Where should we start?
7 drinks at the Earl's Fortune until
London
4.
is under occupation.
Has a semi-auto shotgun.
Mercenaries patrol our
Takes less
streets,
damage,
allegedly
alert
to
nearby
keep
enemies.
people
Alright.
safe, but really they're keeping the people
Can I
scared.
recruit her?
It's how Albion keeps control of
So,
the population.
I might as well
Intimidation.
have a bevy whilst we're here.
So, we have to ignite the will to resist in the people of London by showing them that Albion aren't the solution. They're the problem.
For that, we'll need
Might as well have 2 bevies while we're here.
coordinates to your optic.
Cheers, Bagley. I've identified 2 opportunities. One, we're going to disrupt
Well, and you've
some
had 2. You
Albion
can't really
propaganda.
stop there, though,
Remind
can
the
you?
people
So,
it's not Albion's way or the highway. 2, we need intel about
but
Albion
they do say you can never, you
operations.
should never drink an uneven amount of drinks, right? So we'll go for a 4.
Brilliant. Let's get the people of London on board.
And to be fair, if we're at 4, we might as well go to 5. Make it, you know, nice and smooth. Even though it's an odd number, that's one of the ones you're allowed. Yeah.
Are you sure you can still throw straight? All right, but if you have to pass out, do it on your own time.
I might pass out.
I'm here to offer advice, not judgment. Obviously, that's a lie. You're a drunken tit.
He's gonna call me a drunk. I'll act like a drunk.
All right, but if you have to pass out, do it on your own time.
Okay, let's play some drunk darts. Cool. So the goal of darts is to score a zip. What? Oh, to reach score. Sorry, yeah. When in a throw, must be bring the score. So it must be also land on a double or a bullseye. All right, cool. So actual rules. Let's do it. Drunk bonus. All right. Let's do it. Ooh. Aim and throw. There's no like... Oh, okay, there we go. Oh, did we get it? It's flashing, but no, we only got a normal 20 shit. Alright. Ah, normal 20 again, shit. That's right, we got it. Ain't nothing but a G thing, baby. Oh shit, and that's a 5! Oh no! It's just like real life. Oh, come on. Hey, treble 20. Last shot must be a double. That's right, I'm nowhere near. When the Stream Raiders battle is ready, I will do that just after this game of darts, because when you're rolling this good on darts, you can't stop, you know. Did we get the triple there? Okay. So the last shot must be that. So if we get a 1 here, then we go for the double 20. Easy, all day, all day. This music's pretty banging, you know. Oh. Oh, I missed, motherfucker. That was it, right?
It's all about precision.
Yeah. Maybe we're not drunk enough, that's right. Match 1, yeah, I beat the fuck out of myself. So it says potential recruit. Can I actually do anything to make her a proper recruit? What's your deal? Housekeeper. Sweep and hide from pursuit. Personal utility van. What are you saying? Electrician. Unique stun gun. Mechanic. Okay. And you're an illustrator. Alright. What about you? What are you saying? Travel agent. Alright.